Look around you. Every day we witness acts of incredible kindness, selflessness, and compassion. People risking their lives for strangers. Communities rallying to support those in need. Moments that make us believe in the inherent goodness of humanity. But then, we also see the shadows. Acts of cruelty, violence, and indifference that shake our faith to its core. The question echoes through history, debated by philosophers and pondered by every one of us. Are humans, at their core, good or evil? For centuries, this wasn't just a philosophical puzzle. It was a foundational question that shaped societies, laws, and our understanding of ourselves. Thinkers like Thomas Hobbes, living through tumultuous times, saw humanity as inherently selfish, driven by a relentless pursuit of power. He famously argued that without a strong, controlling hand, life would be a war of all against all, a brutal, solitary existence where life was solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. His contemporary, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, offered a starkly different vision. He believed in the noble savage, asserting that humans in their natural state were compassionate and free, and it was society, with its corrupting influences, that led us astray. These were not just abstract philosophical musings. These ideas laid the groundwork for how we built our governments, our education systems, and even our personal relationships. But for centuries, these remained largely theoretical debates, confined to the realm of thought experiments and philosophical treatises. We lacked the tools, the data, to truly peer into the depths of human nature and find empirical answers. Today, however, the landscape has changed dramatically. With advancements in neuroscience, psychology, and evolutionary biology, we are no longer limited to speculation. Our desire as a species is to understand ourselves, to unravel the complex tapestry of our motivations, our impulses, and our potential. We want to know, are we truly predisposed to kindness, or is cruelty lurking just beneath the surface? Can science provide the definitive answer to this age-old question, and in doing so help us build a better future? The scientific journey into human nature reveals a fascinating, often contradictory picture. It suggests that the truth isn't a simple binary of good or evil, but rather a complex interplay of biological predispositions, environmental influences, and conscious choice. Let's first explore the evidence for our capacity for good. The human brain, it turns out, is remarkably wired for empathy and altruism. Neuroscientific studies have pinpointed specific brain regions, like the prefrontal cortex, the anterior cingulate cortex, and the insula, that light up when we engage in pro-social behaviors or experience empathy. Perhaps one of the most compelling discoveries is the mirror neuron system. These specialized neurons fire not only when we perform an action, but also when we observe someone else performing the same action. They essentially allow us to mirror the experiences of others, forming the neurological basis for understanding and sharing their emotions. When you see someone in pain, your mirror neurons might fire, allowing you to feel a resonance of that pain, fostering compassion. Beyond individual brain activity, certain neurochemicals also play a significant role. Hormones like oxytocin and vasopressin are often dubbed the bonding hormones because they are linked to trust, social attachment, and pro-social behaviors. The more we interact positively, the more these chemicals are released, reinforcing a cycle of connection and cooperation. Furthermore, research suggests that altruistic behavior can be reinforced through a process similar to reinforcement learning, where the positive social rewards we receive for helping others encourage us to repeat those actions. From an evolutionary perspective, our capacity for cooperation and altruism makes perfect sense. Inclusive fitness theory explains how helping relatives, even at a cost to ourselves, can still promote the survival of our shared genes. It's not just about individual survival, but the propagation of the genetic lineage. Then there's reciprocal altruism, where individuals help others with the implicit expectation of future reciprocation. This "you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours" dynamic fosters cooperation within groups, leading to mutual benefits. Over millennia, cooperative foraging and breeding were crucial for human survival, shaping our social structures and reinforcing pro-social tendencies. Our very success as a species is, in many ways, a testament to our ability to work together. But this is only half the story. The same scientific lens that reveals our capacity for good also exposes our potential for evil. Aggression, defined as behavior intended to harm another individual who does not wish to be harmed, is a stark reality of human existence. It manifests in various forms, from reactive aggression, which is impulsive and emotional, to proactive aggression, which is premeditated and instrumental. The neuroscience of aggression points to different brain regions and chemical imbalances. The amygdala, a key player in processing fear and emotions, is highly active during aggressive responses. The hypothalamus is involved in basic drives including aggression, and the prefrontal cortex, responsible for impulse control and decision-making, can, when impaired, contribute to aggressive outbursts. Imbalances in neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine have also been linked to aggressive tendencies. While genetics can play a role in predisposing individuals to aggression, it's crucial to remember that environmental factors significantly influence whether these predispositions are expressed. Perhaps the most unsettling insights come from social psychology, which reveals how easily situational factors can override individual morality. The infamous Milgram Experiment demonstrated that ordinary people would administer what they believed were painful, even lethal electric shocks to a stranger if instructed by an authority figure. This wasn't about inherent sadism, but the powerful influence of obedience to authority. The experiment highlighted how easily individuals can compromise their morals under external pressure. Similarly, the Stanford Prison Experiment showed how quickly individuals can adopt and internalize social roles. College students assigned as guards became abusive, while prisoners became submissive, all within days. This experiment, though ethically controversial, powerfully illustrated how situational power dynamics and the process of de-individuation, losing one's sense of individual identity within a group, can lead to shocking acts of cruelty. And then there's the bystander effect, where individuals are less likely to offer help to a victim when other people are present. The more bystanders, the less likely anyone is to intervene, as responsibility is diffused among the group. The tragic case of Kitty Genovese, though its details have been debated, brought this phenomenon into public consciousness, highlighting how social dynamics can inhibit even basic acts of compassion. So, where does this leave us? Are we condemned to swing between these two extremes? The answer, thankfully, is no. The most profound insight from modern science is that human nature is not a fixed, immutable state. It is dynamic, adaptable, and constantly shaped by our experiences, our choices, and the environments we inhabit. This is the power of neuroplasticity. Our brains are not hardwired in a way that predetermines us for good or evil. Instead, they are incredibly flexible. Every thought, every action, every experience literally reshapes our neural pathways. When we repeatedly engage in virtuous behaviors, acts of kindness, empathy, or self-control, we strengthen the neural circuits associated with those actions, making them easier and more automatic in the future. Conversely, negative patterns can also be reinforced, but the key is that change is always possible. This means that while we may have predispositions, our moral compass is not set in stone at birth. Our upbringing, education, cultural values, and even the socioeconomic conditions we live in all play a critical role in influencing our moral development. We are not merely products of our genes. We are also products of our environments and, crucially, our own conscious efforts. The question, are humans basically good or evil then, is perhaps the wrong question. The more accurate understanding, supported by both philosophy and science, is that human nature is a spectrum of potential. We are born with the capacity for both profound good and terrible evil. The expression of these capacities is not predetermined, but rather a dynamic interplay between our biological predispositions, the plasticity of our brains, and the powerful influence of our social and environmental contexts. We are not simply victims of our biology or our circumstances. We are active participants in shaping who we become. Every choice we make, every interaction we have, every system we build, contributes to the cultivation of either our better angels or our darker impulses. The scientific evidence doesn't diminish our responsibility, it amplifies it. It shows us that we have the power to design societies, foster environments, and make individual choices that encourage empathy, cooperation, and compassion. It's about understanding the mechanisms that drive us, both towards connection and conflict, and then consciously steering towards the former. So what does this mean for you? It means recognizing the incredible power you hold, the power to choose empathy over indifference, cooperation over competition, understanding over judgment. It means actively cultivating the good within yourself and advocating for systems that support the good in others. The debate isn't over, but the scientific insights offer a profound shift. We are not defined by a fixed nature, but by our continuous capacity for growth, change, and conscious evolution. What kind of human nature will you help build today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe humans are inherently good, evil, or something in between? Let's continue this vital conversation.